Hello. Oh, my mic's on the other side. Hold on. Welcome, everybody. There we go. Look at that. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. This is ArtStreams with Mary, brought to you by Canvas and Coconut Water. No, I'm just kidding. Though this, is pretty good. So I'll be drinking this as I paint tonight. I'm going to be using acrylic. And I'm going to do another little landscape like I've been doing because I've been wanting to. And so this is the time to do it, right? So let me make sure I have my go-to brushes here that I've destroyed. I'm not sure where the other one went. No, these are precious to me. Well, I'll find it. This will work. But all right, I was looking at pictures. From my album that I've been putting together of moody landscapes. And I went to just browse real quick and see if there was one that drew my eye. Caught my eye, I should say. Or drew my eye. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but not a lot of context. Now, as I'm doing these, I need to remember which ones I've done before, which is kind of funny, but and so far, all of them I've done are horizontal, not vertical. And I think I want to keep it that way. Ooh. It's not bad. It's hard to find because I think this style that I'm working in, it does best. Ooh, maybe I want to do. I want like clouds. I want stormy clouds. I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is a very stormy cloud looking picture. Let me just rearrange things so I can see you guys. Feel free to ask questions or make comments in the comment section, the live comment section of this video. Let me open this baby up. So last week I said I was out of 8x10 canvases. Well, I went to Michael's and bought the Michael's close to my house and bought one, or bought all of theirs, and it was only 3. I only had 3. But I bought them all. So if you go to that Michael's, you won't find them. I literally, last time when I got the whole stack, had to go to a bunch of different Michael's. Okay, ooh, I'm loving this color, but this one is, I think, out. But I want to cover the canvas with, I think I want to do a warmer color. This is what I do first, is I always cover with a layer. Hey, look at all the paint that's in there. I am probably a paint, what's the word? Snob? No. I don't like wasting paint if I can help it, so I squeeze it out to the last drop. You can actually cut these open once they're down to the last little bit, and then just like paint. Use a brush to get the rest of it. I want to put, I think, a touch of ooh, you know what? Some of my paints are in the other room. Like my neons. I use them for something. What did I use them for? I need to go get them though because my white is there. So hold tight. I'll be right back. Just observe. See, think about what you see in the paint blobs. All right, I am back with the goods. Look at this. These are the neon paints. I'm going to put a tiny bit of pink. Because this also has to wrap around the edges of the canvas, that is. So I need to make sure I have enough paint. But then I also don't want it to be too dark. So we're going to do a little bit of white dispersed in here. Okay. Okay, I think it's done, guys. What do you think? I'm kidding. Okay. So I'm gonna wet the brush down just a little bit, and we're just gonna go in and we're gonna just mix this together. Yes. I think painting's one of those things that, since I've been doing it and have done it for a long time, I forget how kind of magical it can be. So I think doing these live streams really helps me kind of remember and think about like how painting is just sort of a cool thing to do, but also a cool thing to watch. So I appreciate that you guys are watching as I do this, because it's a good reminder for me. Okay, this is looking a little too yellow. Need a little bit of pink. But putting like this gooey substance on a canvas is, if I have to sort of think about it, otherwise I do just get sort of caught in the motions of it and not so much the experience of putting this amazing textured stuff on this textured surface and making it look like something. Like, it's kind of a cool thing. So if you're out there and you have never done painting before, I teach painting. So if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, as I cover a whole canvas with one color, I'm an expert. No, but I love teaching people, and I have tons of YouTube content in the works and lots of online courses through my Teachable page. So things are moving in that direction where you have more ability to join and participate in classes that I've had and have. Obviously, it's a little hard with live stuff these days, in-person stuff these days, but hopefully that'll get better. I'm in the process of renovating the studio space in my backyard, so that will be a hub for those that are local to be able to do some in-person classes. All right, we're gonna have to rinse this off a little bit. Yeah, a little too much paint. Remember how I said I'm a stickler about saving the paint? This is killing me inside. It's like gooey on the top and it's bothering me. So we're gonna try to, in order for us to do the next layer, it needs to be somewhat, not dry, but not so clumpy. Just got too much going on here. Okay. It's getting better. And these lights that I paint under here in this room they dry my paint pretty fast, which can be helpful in this situation and not helpful in others. So we're wishing it to happen now. Okay, I don't want that texture to be so straight, but I was trying to get off the layer so we can come in now and just sort of rough it up. It's not so perfect. Okay. All right, so let's I want my other brush slightly smaller. I'm pretty sure it's down here. Oh, hey, I found my palette knife. That's good news because I've been wanting that for sure. Okay. The thick impasto stuff. I can use a different brush. It's just that it's been kind of, somewhat damaged. Maybe I'll just use this one. This might force me to go a little bit looser. Because I think with that last one I did, this was a little too tight. So let's just try this. Keeping my brush really flared and gross is kind of what I want. Okay. We're going to squeeze out some paint here. I think I'm going to reveal the silver lining, and it literally is a silver lining in this painting picture that I took of the Front Range when the storm was coming in. So I'm going to want a little bit of this. This is good because it's all letting this kind of dry and sit a little bit longer. this thick impasto stuff, which helps make acrylic stay wet longer. And gives it a thickness that's kind of nice. All right, I'm going to be kind of standing here so I can see what I'm doing. So let's just dig into this here. A little bit of yellow, maybe. It's not like super, super bright. And I want to place it like here. Ooh, see how that's not sticking? Oil painting trick is fat over lean, which means thick over thin. And so if I want that to stick, I have to make it thicker. Actually didn't come low enough. I want it to be a little bit lower. This will come this way. It's okay, thick paint is good. We want thick paint. At least I do in these paintings. Now, once that's down, I can kind of take my palette knife here and do a little scratchy. I don't want tons though, so I'm going to kind of calm that down. It's really a push and a pull. You're putting stuff down, taking stuff up. It's just the way it works sometimes. Okay, I'm kind of I like that, so I don't want to touch it too much. But then if I'm going to come up in here, I'm going to change to gray. Although while it's wet, like while the orange is wet, I might need to think about if there's any spots that the orange could pop through. There definitely are. Okay, let's see. I need purple. Squeeze out this blue. We need more white. What's more white? White. All right, so we're going to make a color that'll kind of go down in here. There's a road basically that's, oh my gosh, and the color is like perfect when it mixes with the orange. That's what we want to have happen. A little bit. I don't want too much of the mixing because it's not really my full intention to have like mixing happening on the canvas, because some of the other paintings don't have actual mixing. They have like, you know, the underpainting is showing through the layers, but I think my first painting of this series like totally was a little bit more wet in general, so I think I want to get back to some of that. Still want to have some pushing. Look at that texture there when I do that. Whew. Kind of like what's happening down here. Oh gosh, it's taking off a little too much. It's like smooth down here, but I don't know how smooth I want it to be. Not too smooth. I'm like waiting for it to like look right, feel right. It's just the road, so it's not the focus, but it is mixing a lot more with the orange than I was thinking it would. It's kind of cool. Like it's very much feeling like oil at this point because of how wet this is. I might have to leave it for now, but I think I'm happy with that so far. Let's go in to do the mountains. Some purple, some deep red. I'm going to need both types of blues here. Let me get those out. Here they are, right next to each other. How nice. ultramarine. And then, oh, no, never mind. That's ultramarine too. Oh, here it is. Phthalo. All right, mountains are off in the distance. They're still quite dark. Oh, good. The consistency is getting better. Gotta keep the horizon somewhat flat. Then there's like this little light section here. Looks kind of like that in color. There's just like this weird, like stormy lighting, you know? Like right in here, there's just like a little bit of that. But then it turns kind of into a green. Definitely not that kind of green. A deep green. Where the top of the thing is still pretty defined, but then the tree kind of comes up and breaks up that white a little bit. Still so wet that it's like not sticking. I think I'm also noticing it's just not, because it's not drying, mostly because of my underpainting, but also it's very wet here in Colorado today. And I think I'm feeling that difference with the paint. As dumb as that might sound, it's true. It's happening on this side too. There's like a tree thing here. And like shrubberies. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Probably lift that out of there. Boom, look at that. interesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Very interesting piece here. I'm not really sure if I'm liking it. It feels like oil, like it's so wet. It's feeling like oil. It's interesting. I just need to work in a really wet climate, I guess. It's not pulling up the orange so much anymore, which is nice. Okay. I think I like it. Now for the sky. Now, do you think this is still a little tacky? I think that's gonna be okay. I need to mix the right colors here. So I'm gonna make a purple blue mixture with a little bit of white. And then I can kind of from there, hopefully, oh no, wrong blue. Darn it. From there, kind of add more blue to it when I need to. Like, look, that's so, like, even this is still wet. Like, I think it just feels different weather-wise here in Colorado right now. All right, so if this is going to be stormy, I can almost relax a little bit more here because they're clouds. So as long as I make them look the way I want to from this picture, I can kind of just, this is where I want to come a little lower. A little bit this way. My gosh, that color is like perfect. Technically, the edges of these paintings are kind of made up because I'm painting the fronts to be what the photo is, and then I have to just extend it around the edges. It's kind of an interesting thing. Okay, it's getting a little more tacky. which is kind of what I want because I'm wanting it to have some sharper things going on here, sharper edges, a little less blending. And I want it to blend, but I don't want it to blend quite so much. Okay, a little bit more like on the purple side. Honestly, that color I just made works best right in here. Oh crap. Too much coming off there. That right there is awesome. That's what I want to have happen in spots. Still a little too like, this is too dark or too light in here. This needs to be darker. The underlayer is looking almost too orange, making things look a little too green, which I'm not a huge fan of. We're gonna have to kind of blue things up a little bit. They're not quite so green looking. Like that right there is much better. I have to get the top as I go here, sorry. Sorry guys, I'm getting really in the zone here. I want the sky. It's not like white, but it's still clouds technically, but it's just so much lighter, like right in here. I'm loving the different grays, but I just need to find a little bit of unity here. I carefully, slowly add in just some brighter spots here. All right, this is what I'm not happy with right now. It's too green. It's way too green. So we need to calm it down. A little bit is okay because it is kind of this stormy thing going on. Yeah, there we go. That doesn't need to be quite so dark. It's just like this little bit in here that doesn't need to be quite so green, but a little bit is kind of nice. It needs to get lighter and mistier as it falls this way. This is where it goes into the sky and just sort of disappears over the mountains. A little bit in here of it falling. This technically isn't here in the picture, but I'm loving it, so it's staying. So the sky is the focus in this piece. Now, this is just too much. There's too much here. I don't want to ruin it because I'm liking it, but I think, oops, these are a little too dark. They don't need to be quite so dark. So we're gonna take those down a notch. I can't forget that like acrylic dries so much lighter. I always forget that. Well, it's like as I'm putting it down, I'm like, oh yeah, gotta lighten that up a little bit. That's what I love about this technique, though, is I can just sort of like slowly work in each section and just kind of, as I see things, kind of fix things, change things. Sometimes things happen that are like, yeah, don't want that quite like that. Okay. It's weird how you see things later when you've looked away from a section for a while. It's like, oh yeah, wait, there's like a little piece there. This is still supposed to be brighter. It'll make that look darker, but I think that's kind of cool. All right, I think I'm going to stop though because I don't want to overdo that at all. So I'm really liking it. So a little bit of cool right in here. Honestly, these mountains, like I said, were purplish, but they're maybe a touch lighter, especially right in there. It's just like this glow. Yeah. That's all it needs there. That can seep down into the road a little more. Okay, I want to give you a close-up because this looks pretty cool down in here. I thought it was going to look worse. And it actually looks pretty cool. So I'll give you a peek in a moment. Let me just add a section. A little darker. Oh, it's a little wetter down there. Gotta be careful. Oh man, see, it's taking up that really wet section there. To kind of calm that down. Okay. Just got a little too bright, or contrasty, I should say. A little to contrast. We're going to put just a little bit of that on top of there just to kind of calm that down. Okay, okay. There, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. I'm loving it. Okay, so let me give you a close-up. Hopefully my lights will cooperate here. So the ground has quite a few colors going on. That thick paint in the middle. Kind of loving that. You can see it a little better from different angles. Trees, I'm kind of loving. And then, of course, the sky, which I also love with the orange just peeking through those darker clouds on top. That silver lining. As it gets a little greenish here, that happens in the photo. It just gets sort of this stormy green look on it. And it's exactly what I want. And I wanted that right there to just glow in contrast to the clouds. So I'm fairly happy with it. I may, later as it dries and dries darker, most likely, I'm feeling like this could be a little bit deeper. But I'm going to call it good for now. It is 9:32, but I'm actually very happy with it. So I'm curious to see what it looks like in the daylight because it always looks a little different under these lights. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. Thank you guys for watching and for tuning in. It means a lot. It helps me so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and like this video. Both of those things do a lot for me and my channel. But I do this every week, so hopefully you can tune in next time. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.